Okay. Okay. We're gonna give this another try. This is live stream attempt number 3. We're gonna see if this works. Hopefully it should. I checked my internet earlier. No one's even here yet. Let me hold on. For anyone watching the VOD or anyone joining in now, welcome to the stream. We're gonna be ranking curse techniques today. I tried this the other day. My internet did not want to communicate with us, not want to cooperate with us, but you know what? That's okay, because we're back. Uh, you know, in theory anyway. Jesus Christ. I pulled, just for reference, just in case. Uh, Earlier, oh my goodness, hi guys. Earlier, I did a speed test and I was pulling like goofy numbers. I was pulling like actually really good internet. So, in theory, we should be fine. I cannot promise this. I don't know for certain, but allegedly, we should be straight. I don't think we're gonna have any problems. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. I hope you guys are having a fantastic Monday evening. I know it's like final season for some of y'all, so maybe you should be doing homework. But I'm not gonna complain if you want to listen while while you're doing homework. Welcome in. If my internet starts acting up, you guys gotta let me know so that way we can get it taken care of. But allegedly, my internet is working fine right now. So knock on wood. Everyone knock on wood. Everyone knock on wood. What's this table back here? Ugh. Knock on it. So you should be straight. I knocked on the wood, and we're gonna have a great time. It's gonna be super chill. We're gonna keep it light, keep it breezy, and we're gonna rank curse techniques. I will not be making a video on the FNAF movie, but since you brought it up, I will talk about it real quick. I think the movie is fine. I think the movie's okay. The FNAF movie's fine. I think that if you like the lore, you'll get a lot out of it just because there's, Easter eggs, and that's what FNAF is kind of about. As a movie itself, could have been better. It could have been worse, though. It seriously could have been worse. I think that a lot of people are just really, knee-jerk reaction saying that the movie's worse than it is because it isn't exactly like the games lore-wise. But if you're gonna make a FNAF movie, I think that you need to, do something different. Because the lore of the games is, 3 events tied together with red string and, hopes and dreams and tears. So you can't really translate that experience. So I think doing something weird and doing something silly is kind of interesting. I don't really mind Vanessa being neutral, I guess. I don't know. I don't mind Charlotte being the bad guy. I don't mind the puppet being the bad guy. But you guys should let me know what you think about the FNAF movie. But to get back to the topic on hand, I'll move my face cam for a moment so we can get a full look at the list here. There's every curse technique except for the 2-ish new ones, 3-ish new ones that we have in Modulo. I caught up on it yesterday morning. It was so good. I'm so excited. Oh, I'm so excited. I want more Maharaga shit. I have a favorite. But just to get everyone back up to speed on where we were last time, when we got 3 curse techniques in before my internet decided it did not want to work with us, we put helicopter head at first. We put blood manipulation. If you're Chozo specifically, great, because he's a curse from painting and he can reverse curse technique himself enough blood to make the technique actually really viable. Because if you're like Naruto Shikamo and you're a regular dude, you only have the blood that's in your body. I don't even think reverse curse technique can make up for that lack of blood, if I remembered what I was saying, if I'm remembering correctly, but I could be very wrong on that. So that's there. And then body swapping, it's decent, depends on who you swap into. So it went in conditional, not bordering on Dookie. That's like a high conditional, for the record, before we get too deep into here. Also, if you're new to the channel, subscribe. I'm so glad, Jaden But Davis, that you liked the 7 Deadly Sins video. I was really, really proud of that one way back when. God, did you read the Gawain chapter that just dropped? That's some shit. Oh my god. They made Gawain... Spoilers, if you're not caught up on 4 Nights of the Apocalypse. They made Gawain a lesbian because Merlin placed a curse on her. So that way she wouldn't fall in love with a man and ruin her life. Ignoring the fact that, you could just ruin your life over a girl too, but whatever. What's good? Everybody, welcome in. We're gonna get started here in a second. I'm just giving a couple more people a moment to filter in, gathering my bearings, addressing some things. Hold on. I didn't change. Hold on. I realized I need to do something. I apologize. Chat. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I have a new logo for my thing. Hold on. Oh, you don't need to look at my files. Hold on. I'm gonna fix this right now. My beautiful lovely girlfriend made a in the corner where my name is, you can see Nightly on it. She made a better version of it, so I'm gonna add that in right now so that way we can get it taken care of. Oh my god. Here we go. Boom. Boom. I only need one of these. I'm gonna grab that. Gonna put this right over here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Hold on. Not chat box. Facecam. Oh yeah. Sorry, just getting this cleaned up very, very quickly, and then I will get started here. But I want to make sure that the work is being used. Oh my god, I hate Streamlabs so much. In case you ever want to start streaming, Streamlabs is probably like the most neutral to bad software I have ever used in my life. I hate this thing so much, but it's like technically doing its job well enough for me to not rage out. Dr. Pepper, I don't have a drink, I just have water. Alright, enough stalling. It's time to get started. So, Boogie Woogie. Also, hold on. Another resource. I have the official book that has like the official descriptions of all the curse techniques in here, and I've got the wiki pulled up. So we know what we're doing here. We're not just running in here blind. We should have a good idea. Let's do this, guys. Boogie Woogie. Toto's technique. Not a complicated technique. You swap the position of yourself or two things with cursed energy. I think this is another case of regular OBS, my beloved too. Oh my god, I hate Streamlabs. That's not the point. I think Boogie Woogie is one of the cases where the user is just the best possible user for an ability like that. Like, Toto is strong enough to take on first grade, semi-first grade without using his curse technique, right? But his technique is really, really good for jumping people. Luckily, he's actually insane. So I'm going to throw him in... I think I'd put it in usable, bordering on great. That'll be the barrier between usable and great. Because the cool thing about a lot of curse techniques is that, the cool thing about simple abilities in my eyes is that a simple ability executed well is cracked. Like, Toto's ability executed well is super fucked up and hard to deal with. And that's because he's simply the GOAT. But he also does have Galaxy Brain, that's true. Toto is, I think his IQ's 518? I could make that number up. I could be making that number up. But that's what I'm saying, right? Toto's just like the perfect user for Boogie Woogie. If someone like Yuji had it, it would suck. Or I guess it wouldn't suck. He would suck. Well, I'm sure they'd rate Yuji to whatever. That's not the point. Boogie Woogie is a fantastic technique, though. But I think usable, like, barrier to great is a good starting position. Because once we fill up every tier, we can, like, play the comparison game, right? So I don't know. Who's someone that we can throw in Dookie? I'll throw Scorpion Stinger Hair in Dookie. Now we can play the comparison game. Now we can compare them, right? Because I can go, oh, this is better than this, is worse than that, and then we're good. Oh, now we're getting started. But yeah, 518. He's the smartest character in the show. Like, on paper, he's the smartest character in the show. You could argue Mechamaru because his technique is here. I'll find where's Mechamaru. Where is he? Where's a robot on here? Where is he? Mechamaru. I guess I'll find him later? I don't know. Maybe he's not in this. No, he's got to be in here. Am I stupid? You guys can't see because the bottom left of... Oh, no, hold on. I have to find it. Construction, contractor, criminal, curse course, explosive flash, extinguisher, Hawkland, I don't know if it's in here. Okay, well... Oh, wait, what am I, stupid? Guys, he's right here. I think this one... Again... conditional. I think if the stream is good enough, I'll edit it down. But who knows? But this is the start of a journey. We'll find out how this journey goes together, guys. I can't tell you now. But Mechamaru is another like conditional one. I think he and Toto are about as smart as each other. Very bottom, no. If you know how to make the puppets like Mechamaru does, it could be really good. But I think it's just long distance control of cursed energy, right? That's all the ability actually is. So depending on how smart you are, it's good. But I don't know how to build a robot. I don't think any of you know how to build a robot. unless you're a robotics major, you know, my bad. That's my bad. Whatever. Judgment is cool. You know, we'll do Judgment next. Why not? If you guys have a curse technique you want me to talk about before we get to it, we don't have to go in order. Just throw it in chat and I'll yammer. Judgment, where is he? J is about somewhere in the alphabet. The hardest part about this stream is going to be just finding things, guys. I'm so sorry. I'm so bad at looking for shit while talking. I'm horrible. Judgment, there we go. Judgment. I think Judgment technically deserves great. He gets an innate domain, right? Or I mean, everyone has an innate domain. He has a domain with his curse technique, like automatically, right? Which is really, really, really good. It's another thing like Chozo and Toto where he's the best like user for it because he's a lawyer. That's the whole point of the ability, right? But stripping someone of their curse technique, busted in a fight. Stripping someone of their cursed energy if they don't have an innate technique like Yuji or like Kusakabe, right? That's also really, really good. In Shinjuku Shodan, we find out that spoilers for JJK for the record. In Shinjuku Shodan, we found out that if you have a cursed tool on you, instead of taking your cursed technique away, it'll confiscate that tool, right? That's also really good. Because if that happens to Yuji, let's say Yuji has like Slaughter Demon, that knife he has in the beginning, right? And Judgment takes that away, Yuji's shot. If he does that to Maki and he takes away like Soul Splitting Katana, that's a big loss. It's a really, really good ability, actually. I quite love Judgment. I'm so excited for the Culling Gifts to get animated, guys. It's gonna be so cool. Oh my god, it's gonna be so fire. Speaking of Culling Games, next on our list is Uro's technique? Curse Energy Discharge. Easy peasy. It's just a beam. It's a blast. It's shooting your curse energy. Yuta can do it. I don't think anyone else can do it. It's fine. Like, it's strong. He's good. He's strong. That's all it really is, the technique, though. I swear to God, it had something to do with rocks. Like, his move is Granite Blast, right? Cursed Energy Discharge. I swear to God, his thing was Granite. That's what he called it, right? Granite Blast. Yes! His signature move, directed beam of hyper concentrated curse energy at full power, packs enough to devastate power. Okay, cool. So it's strong, right? It's not bad, but it's just a blast. Like, I feel like there are better. You know what? I don't even want him in great. I'll put him at the top of usable because it's really, really, really strong. But it's just a beam. Like, if there's someone who can work around the beam, like the Sky Girl can work around the beam. Yuta worked around the beam. Everyone can work around it once you get past a certain point. So, top of usable, bordering great. Judgment is very, very cool. I do like Judgment quite a bit. Miku beam. Did you guys see she was Miku beaming on top of Godzilla in the Fortnite thing? That was so cool. They're like canonically equal in power. Ooh. Crazy. Who else? I guess just where's Gojo? Limitless. Yeah, we'll throw it up there. Where's Sukuna? Yeah, we'll throw it up there. Sukuna above Gojo. Obvious reasons. I'm so sorry if you can't accept it. What comes to your mind when you think this technique would be great broken if it worked on things without curse energy? I think that's actually a really good question. I think, of course, Boogie Woogie is really good if you can spread that technique to be anything without curse energy, because then you can just free swap two things, and it kind of becomes Law's Devil Fruit to a degree, right? Where you can just move the positions of things. And I think that's really, really good. I don't think anyone is a huge fan of Fortnite, for the record. But I don't know. I think that a lot of the domains get stronger if you can target things that aren't that don't use curse energy. That's why Maki's a pure counter to so many domains, right? Because she can sort of just walk through it. But like Sukuna's Shrine, right? With its open domain and its 2 slashes going on, it'll destroy everything, and that's really effective. But if you didn't have the clarification of like only, or I guess if you didn't have the clarification of the 2 strikes, 1 hitting curse energy, 1 hitting non, it would still be good, but it would just be significantly weaker. So that's like the way, I think that's the best example of it. If I had to pick an answer though, I don't know. I think technically speaking, maybe I think it'd have to be Boogie Woogie, because most things you can apply to things without cursed energy. I mean, maybe copy, right? If you could apply that to stuff without cursed energy, that'd be fine. But like most of the abilities in JJK would apply the same regardless. Like you can't say like cloning, right? Because cloning is a self-targeted technique. Copy, he takes other curse techniques. So if you could take the ability stuff that isn't cursed energy related, that'd be fine. But most of them just hit blank. Like ice formation, you're just forming ice. You can target whatever. So that's, I don't know. It's a strange question. I think if you limit that question to domains, give, I don't know, Hokari's domain a buff, fuck it, and give Megumi's domain a buff, fuck it, why not? But I don't really know. I'm about to copy Chernobyl. Okay, I'm gonna eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I'm just gonna pick a random one and then we'll go from there. I think that inverse, bottom of conditional, I feel like it's fine unless someone figures out the ability and then you're kind of shot. Yuji took him out in like one punch after they figured out the ability, so it's not like, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like it's fine if you can hide the fact that that's what your power is doing. It's good. Otherwise, you're shot. What are you doing? Oh, you know, also while we're here, I want to throw, hold on. As much as I want to throw Takaba at the top of this whole list, because technically he has the best technique, it's too, I feel it's too conditional. So I'll throw him at the top of conditional. If he doesn't think it's funny or if he gets outplayed, he's shot. I'm going to be saying that a lot, unfortunately. So I got finals, but having to say, oh my goodness, good luck on your finals. I'll knock on wood for you, break a leg, go kick ass out there. And thanks for, you know, popping in the stream. Panda deserves some love. I do like Panda quite a bit. It's usable though. His ability doesn't, like, he's not the strongest. His ability doesn't do anything crazy except for keep him alive. Because his Cursed Corpse Cores is just like the function that keeps him moving, right? So you can destroy one of the cores and then like the sister Triceratops or the brother gorilla will take over. But other than keeping him alive, there isn't like really much technique to it. A lot of Panda's fighting anyway is just doing stuff physically with the different forms, like drumming beat, he slams the ground. Or like the Triceratops one, he gets no-diffed by Kashimo like that, which is really fucked up. But in theory, it'd be really good defense, right? And then the Panda one's sort of all around. So I don't even know if I want to put it in usable, because it's not like it's a curse technique. It keeps him alive. We'll put him at the bottom of conditional. There's just not much else other than being physically strong. But there's unfortunately just not much else. While hang on, let's just get like the freebies out of here as well. I want Seance in conditional, because it depends on whose body you take over. Yeah, Shrine's a really, really good. Okay, so Shrine, technically speaking, if Shrine is anyone other than Sukuna, like if it's Yuji or whatever, I wouldn't put it in usable. I'd put it at the bottom of great, because that's the weird trade-off with curse techniques is that the more complicated they are, the more sort of ways there are to work around the ability, right? So you can get around Limitless. You can get around Limitless with domain amplification. You can get around it with domain expansion. You can get around it with fucking over the entire story. Oops. You can copy more Haraga and get around it by expanding your target. There's ways to get around that, right? But if you have like Shrine, True Offense, and the abilities literally cut and then burn, there's not much you can do around, there's not much you can play around that, I guess. It only can be played around once you get to the more complicated techniques, like expanding his target to end the big fight from the story. So that's, I think you're right. Shrine is good because Sukuna is the user for it, and Sukuna is the best cursed user, or cursed energy user, point blank period. But like Yuji's probably not as strong up until we get to the like Medulla or where we are right now. So I'm gonna leave it. I think that was actually good. I think you guys may have been right. I think I'm gonna leave it at the top of great because the technique is good, but Sukuna's just like the best user, so it's super fucked up. Cursed Speech. Are you guys caught up on Medulla before I can talk about Cursed Speech? Is anyone caught up on it? Is anyone behind? Is anyone waiting on spoilers? I can't see your responses immediately. We're gonna hold off on Cursed Speech because spoilers for Medulla. So let me know. But in the meantime, cloning, not even, it's usable. That's convenient. I'm not gonna make the same mistake as that stupid My Hero thing. So, to talk about it with as little spoilers as possible, I think Where even is Curse Speech? There he is. No, honestly, Curse Speech isn't dookie. The thing is, Curse Speech is good. You just can't get power clipped. Because if you... So, okay, mild spoilers for Medulo. There was an incident where a Curse Speech user, someone, not Inumaki, because the story takes place in 2087, right? He tries using it on someone who's way out of his league, right? He's hospitalized because he got power clipped so hard. So he does the thing, he's like, wait, just stand still for a second, hold on. And then he starts like vomiting blood, and he's like, his whole body's covered in like black goop. It's like black burns almost. It's pretty bad. Like it's pretty bad. But if you are stronger than the person you're using it on, Curse Speech is really, really good. I wanted to see if I could I don't know if I'll be able to find it on like cursory like glance or whatever, right? But Inumaki fighting the small spirits in the movie, that's fine. Him getting all the transfigured humans out of Shibuya, that's fine. So I think you're right. I think it's really good. They have to make it work. So I feel like that's fair. If Curse Speech didn't have drawbacks, it wouldn't be a good. If Curse Speech didn't have drawbacks, it would be really overpowered, but I think that's what makes it a good ability. Because just being able to, like, go shit your pants, and then Gojo, like, shits himself, I don't know. Gojo's maybe a little too strong to be affected by an ability that's that, like, group applicable. I don't know. I may be mixing my words. But it's alright. And yes, the new guy is completely screwed. The thing about... I saw another chat that said, what about Limitless 6, because you need 6 eyes for Limitless. Limitless is a good ability. The only people who have used it are the guy who's like Gojo when the Gojo clan and the Zenin clan started beefing, right? When he lost to Mahoraga. That guy, and basically Gojo. Because every time that a 6 eyes member, or a 6 eyes user was born, Kenjaku spawn camped him. I think that's dropped somewhere a little after the Culling games start. I could be wrong. I don't think that we should even consider 6 eyes or Limitless without 6 eyes, just because, like, what would even be the point, right? If you really want to go, oh, Limitless is so hard to use and you need it and you need 6 eyes for it, you can put it in conditional. But as used in show, I think it deserves to be an alright calm down, especially because it's the ability that sets up the character who not only is like the current strongest, he's the strongest because his ability is too good. If that makes sense. Like, because, you know, the whole, are you strong because you're Satoru Gojo, or are you Satoru Gojo because you're strong? That's like the whole thing. If you don't have if you don't have 6 eyes, Limitless is ass because you can't manage the use of it. Like, you can't use your cursed energy to a fine enough detail to really use Limitless. But, like, what's the point if we're not considering 6 eyes? Well, to be fair, does it really matter if your own ability really F's you up when using on someone way too strong, or the person just... So, I mean, you're not wrong, right? If the choice is between me playing myself with Cursed Speech and getting absolutely dicked on by, like, Sukuna or Deborah or whatever, there's not much of a difference, aside from, like, a pride thing, but there's not much difference aside from pride. I think you're right. I think you have a point. Okay, does anyone have a request for which one we jump to, or I'm just going to start moving randomly? I'm actually just going to start moving randomly anyway. I'm going to throw Heart Catch in... usable. It's fine. You can stop people, redirect their attention. I think it's good in a group fight setting, but solo, I don't know how much it can really do. It's kind of just big hands. If I can let you set I know the are you strong, guys? I don't think you understand. The are you strong because you're Satoru Gojo, or are you Satoru Gojo because you're strong thing is so cool, and I think it's so funny that the JJK community needed the like dumbass meme to actually finally start talking about the meaning of it as a whole. Like, there was this one. I think it was literally, are you a dumbass because you're a JJK fan, or are you a JJK fan because you're a dumbass? And then in the comments, people were like, oh, I get it now. I understand what the quote is now. And it was just, I was sitting there, it was like 1 a.m. I was like, man, what is this community doing, man? Do we read? Do we read? Question mark? The answer is no. If you're talking about Deborah's technique in Medulo, be more specific when you're asking. I'd lose all critical thinking. That's really funny. That's really funny. Be a little more specific on the user for that curse technique question, and then I'll answer. But I don't know which one you're talking about in specific. Anywho, construction. That was copy. Construction's actually really good. I think it is. I think it is my most underrated curse technique, and there's a couple reasons for this, right? The only two people we see use it are Yorozu in whatever Megami's sister's name is, and Mai, right? And Mai really sucks, but it's not her fault. She's twins with Maki, so she's also like suffering from the heavenly restriction, right? So if they would have been born a only child, Mai would have Yorozu's curse technique. If Maki was born an only child, they would have been like Toji from the start, right? So using Mai as an example for construction just isn't really a good idea because she gets to make a bullet, I think, a week or something stupid like that. And she never wanted to get stronger, so there's no point in her getting. So there's no way she was ever going to get stronger, right? Yorozu is so busted. The bug armor, the perfect sphere. I think I could be making up if she had a domain. We're not. I'm not gonna. Hold on. I may be making up that she had a domain. Construction. Did you have a domain? Domain X. You did! Threefold Affliction. Your system domain is mostly blank space with several oversized organic structures floating in that emerges disembodied brains and gangly of insects. Your effect of the What? The short effect of the domain applies to Eurus' constructed items, particularly her true sphere. Hence, destroying anything caught in the domain instantly should. Okay, so you just get to hit everything, right? That's it. You just get the. It's like free perfect sphere hit in domain. I feel like that's fine. It probably would have been really strong if Mahoraga didn't annihilate it. I forgot she had a domain. That's how little she used it. It was like right there. Don't let. I think just not being able to read is. So it's. I think not being able to read is the funniest amongst Chainsaw fans and JJK fans because it's what was it a few months ago? The reading comprehension devil, dude. Now that the movie's out, I'll also give you my Chainsaw hot take. Now that the movie's out, people are finally like talking about it in mass. But of course, as Chainsaw Man Part 2's been coming out, there have been good discussions. We're not going to downplay the wonderful creators who have been taking the time to discuss it. Right? We're not going to downplay them because they're great. But man, oh man, the amount of people who talk about Chainsaw and just, I swear to God, man, it's. My hands are shaking because it frustrates the shit out of me. That it's not a Gunner anime. It's so good. But I think, and this is my hot take here, I think if Chainsaw Man Season 1 would have been 24 episodes instead of 12, and we would have got the Bomb Devil like in the actual season, it would be just as, if not more popular than JJK is right now, right? Because they were coming out at similar times. They were grouped together anyway. Like, on social media, just people talking about him, they always grouped that with what was the other one that made this like Dark Triad or whatever they called it. It's whatever. But if you gave that a 24 episode season at the start, it would be huge. Insane. But whatever. Also, Diverse technique is really good. We haven't seen enough of it. We've only seen it activated once. We need to see more of it before I can make it. But he's a Sukuna level threat, so surely he's strong. Okay. The question is, where do we put Yuta? Right? Because I know fraud allegations. He's not a fraud. Yuta is unfortunately the GOAT. He's just really, really slept on. But the real question is, where do we put a copy ability? Because I think Yuta is really good. Right? I think that having to eat some of the user to gain the ability is really, really smart. I think it feeds into the whole motif of consumption to gain power, either consuming, consuming your opponent, consuming Sukuna's fingers, consuming whatever. I think it just builds into the system really, really well. What's my next sentence here? I think it's the top of conditional. Damn, it is, isn't it? What a shame. So if Yuta didn't have Rika, and he didn't have all that stupid cursed energy for no reason, he wouldn't be nearly as strong, right? He can only copy for 5 minutes, like, unconditionally, right? Through access to Rika because of their binding by their pact, whatever. So, is Yuta without Rika useless? I don't think so. Is Yuta with Rika like best in the verse? He's top 3, top 4. Okay, hang on. The real question is, hold on. Temporary Hataro above. What are the top 5 dudes in the verse? So just to get this out of the way, because this is gonna be important to keep in mind. I'm gonna delete this row later, but top 5 in the verse. It's 1, 2, whoever Kenjaku is, 3, 4, and where is he? Some of you aren't gonna like this answer, but I need to find him. Where's Kashimo? Where's Kashimo? Mythical Beast. There he is. Okay. Top 4 in the verse. You can argue these two. You can also put Hikari up there if you want. Where's Private Pure Love Train? There it is. You can also put Hikari like around here anywhere. I guess technically it would have to go like this, right? Right? Because, Sukuna's the strongest. No getting around it. Gojo second. No getting around it. Kenjaku third. If you really wanted to stretch and argue with someone, I think you could technically argue this, but I think this is wrong for a couple of reasons. I think Kenjaku has to be number 3. 1, he's the secondary antagonist, so he has to be strong. But you get open domains, you get double curse techniques, you get whatever the anti-gravity systems thing was doing. It was nuts, right? I think this is my unambiguous top 5. I could technically argue more. But I think this is reasonable. Before we move on, can we all agree this makes sense as a top 5 in the verse, top 6? You just great, but the copy ability kind of sucks if you don't already have any abilities to copy. But he had to be like viable at some point, right? How did he get? I guess that was through old Rika, right? He got Inumaki's thing without having to consume any, right? So I guess that makes sense. Goku's gonna need sense of being. Oh my god, do you know that Goku is not a bad father? Dude, I love. Oh my god, no, because this is gonna piss me off. Now I'm thinking about Dragon Ball. I love DBZA. It's fire. We're not gonna pretend it isn't funny. We're not gonna pretend it's not like a top whatever YouTube series. I love DBZA. The things that show has done to the community. Oh my god, Goku's not a bad dad. We're not gonna sit here and pretend Goku's not a great father. Maybe not great. Goku's not a good father, right? He fucked off for 4 years to go raise his kid. They didn't know Gohan was alive. They didn't know Gohan was a thing until he showed up and got kidnapped by Raditz, right? That just wasn't a thing. Gohan wasn't a thing to them. Because he left to go raise his son with his wife. And then, his son got kidnapped, he died, had to train, whatever. Oh, they go to Namek. That whole thing happens. He trains a little bit off-world. Whatever. Goku's not a bad dad. I die on that hill every, 3 weeks. I swear to God. Ugh. Kashimo downplaying needs a love train like JoJo's. Yes, love train. But not love train like JoJo's. It's a different one. Private Pure Love Train. Kashimo downplaying needs to stop for real. Are you saying I'm downplaying Kashimo, or are you saying that in general Kashimo downplaying needs to stop? Because I'm not downplaying Kashimo. I think it's a pretty generous spot. You know what? Just because I like Kashimo, I'll even do that. Just because I really, really like Kashimo. Okay, we're Yuji. Oh, dude, Yuji isn't even in this one. He doesn't have his own curse technique. Oh my god, hold on. Let me go to Pinterest and grab a Yuji. I got you, bro. Pinterest. Hold on. I got you, bro. I'm gonna let you cope. I'm not gonna be like that. We'll let you cope. What am I if not an enabler at the end of the day? Really, choose files. We're gonna move that over here, and then boom. Where did this image just go? Oh, I copied it. What am I, stupid? I didn't actually save it. Save in Jazz. Throw it in downloads. Boom, bam, boom, boom. Okay, here he is. Yuji! I love Yuji Itadori. He's my favorite. Yuji gets to go at the end of the show, or at the end of series, he's 1, 2, 3. he's like somewhere over here technically. In Medulo though, I'll throw him here because they're saying he's like on par with the Sukuna level threat, right? We're not gonna we're not gonna pretend Yuji isn't the GOAT now. Hikari, if you learn any sub techniques, I would advocate for me to high. The thing is, Hikari doesn't need to learn sub techniques, right? Because, well, one, he has some. He has the doors, he has the balls, and then he has, I think it's a damage multiplier? Like, straight up. He has other things. I know it's not just the domain, but even then, just the domain would still be good enough. Infinite Curse Energy is really, really good, even if you have to get, like, the conditional lottery pull to activate it. Hikari will always get the pull because he's Hikari and he's a gambler, right? He's just too lucky. I swear he has other abilities. He just doesn't use them because, like, what's the point after the domain, right? Yeah, he can manifest the things. He can manifest the doors. He can manifest the stupid ball. And I think it's I swear to God, it's like a damage multiplier. I can go get the manga, but I'm not getting up right now. I'm not doing that. If it was in the book, I'd tell you, but. Yuji's technique, there's a video essay I've been dodging for years, for a while, where it's why anime protagonists always have boring powers. Maybe check that out. But I think the double punch is good. If it were here, just because I like him, we'll still leave him on the thing, but I'm gonna throw him at the top of Dookie, so when people like screen grab this at the end, they'll see Yuji over there and I get to laugh really hard. Okay. Before I keep getting distracted, I'm gonna move on to the next one. Contractual recreation. I think it's fire. I think it's fire. We're not gonna pretend Reggie-Star isn't a good user. I'm not gonna pretend he's like obnoxiously good, right? But I'll throw him at the top of usable. Dude, maybe usable isn't the right word. I don't know. The thing is, contractual recreation is really good as used in the fight. Like, being able to recreate services as well is nuts, because then you can just refresh yourself infinitely so long as your opponent doesn't ruin your receipts. I don't know why he didn't just try digital receipts. Maybe I would just have like a bunch of them saved to my phone. I guess swiping through it could be like a problem, or keeping your hand on your phone could be a problem. But even outside of curse to energy stuff, that's super useful. Being able to get a double of anything you purchased or any service you've purchased is crazy. You could literally just go buy something, double it, sell it, double profit, or double at least break even. If you're good at your job, if you're good at reselling stuff, you'll get more profit. But like if you buy a TV, you can just sell a second TV out of the box for slightly lower than what you bought at the store and still make the profit. I think that one's good. I think we need to stop sleeping on contractual recreation. I keep saying re-obligation for some reason. I think Yuji's lack of an official curse technique is actually a really good compliment for his dynamic Mahito. Okay, I want you to explain that thought more, because I think I'm there, but how does Yuji not having a technique connect to Mahito's idle transfiguration? Keep typing. Everyone watch chat. Everyone watch chat. Look at CJ C Song 07. Look at him. Look at them in chat. Double the blue eyes. Dude, I was watching you with my friend like the other day. It was like really, really fire. But I'm gonna throw Crow manipulation at, I'll throw it at great. It's more than usable, because surveillance is really good all the time. But the suicide bird strike, there's a reason everyone dodges it, right? Doesn't it say something that everyone, including Sukuna, would rather dodge it than take the strike head on? I think it says something. We're not going to downplay Mei. I hate her. I hate her guts. I can't stand her. How dare she be in Malaysia while Nanami was fucking dead on the floor in Shibuya? But her curse technique's not bad. Okay, I think we're a little more than halfway through this. I think we're making good pace. We're making good pace here. I'm gonna throw the Miracle Storage, unfortunately, in the top of great. I think it's kind of like, this is gonna be a bit of a like harder cut, right? If you guys have read part 7 of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, which you should before it gets animated, because I'm scared for that adaptation. I really hope it's going to be good, but I'm scared. Truthfully, I'm just not gonna lie to you. But there's a stand in there called Heya, and the guy who has the stand is basically just really lucky. Also, yes, you're right.
Chrome manipulation isn't based on the user. It's something anyone can do. Mei did like train the hell out of it because her ability is super sucky, but it is really, really interesting that such a like bad ability manages to hit the point where Sukuna needs to dodge it. I think it's really, really, really good. Oh my god, C-Song posted. Hold on, C-Song commented. I'm gonna read it out loud. I'm gonna look at it and read it out loud. It's been Unga Bunga of me to say, but I feel like Yuji's lack of initial gifts yet strong moral foundation is a good oppositional force Mahito's initially busted-ass abilities that it's paired with. I think it's fair with his I think it's fair. I think that having no ability greater than your like willpower essentially, because or I guess curse energy is negative emotions, but ultimately the ability you fight with is your willpower in JJK. Like you have to steel yourself to go into combat, and a lot of the time when people get stronger, it's because of an emotional like realization instead of like, oh, Gojo died and came back anyway, which does happen in Hidden Inventory, but that's not the point. But where's my train of thought? Oh my god, my train of thought. But I think you're right. I think Yuji having no real ability except for a second, like the double thing, like the curse energy lag, works really well because Yuji's character is someone who is strong on his own, but his real strength is the community that he's with, right? That's like what the whole ending is about. It's about communal strength instead of individual strength. So Yuji's technique, for lack of a better word, at the beginning of the series, being a punch and then a second punch, is really, really cool. There's someone fighting with him at all times, essentially, because he isn't alone. And I think that's really, really interesting. So, I don't know, maybe one of us should write a video essay about that, maybe. I don't know. I think you should do it, C-Song. You got that, bro. Rest in peace, Chozo. He's not dead. If you're reading it, if you're watching it, he's gonna be fine. He's gonna be fine. Explosive Flesh. I'm just gonna throw it in usable. I think it's all right. It's not better than those. If you use your guys, Chozo, if you're watching it, don't worry about Chozo. He's gonna be fine. He's gonna be fine. Don't let them scare you. Extinguishment. Hana's technique, the angel thing. I think it's technically usable. There's a lot of situations in JJK where you would need to stop someone's curse technique, but it's like it'll function. It'll get the job done. I think the angel being another incarnate player, like having the mouth thing, is really, really good. No, hold on. Whoa. Hold on. If you're talking about Hana saying great technique bump character, I feel like I kind of agree. Like Hana, the problem is Hana's only playing with, like, she's playing ranked in a team that's way higher level than her, right? Like the moment she steps in, she has a good build, she has a good character, she has a good technique, and then she has to fight Sukuna, and then Sukuna again. That's not a good scale to base her off of. That's the thing. That's the thing about JJK. So many people in the show are so good, but the two people who have the most fights in the show, I swear to God, aside from like Yuji and Megami or whatever, right? It's Sukuna and Gojo. So like Jogo is so massively strong. In fact, I'm throwing him at. Who would win in a fight between Jogo and Helicopter Blade Hair Guy? Gege would write Jogo to lose. Jogo's really, really strong. Like, they really did him well in the anime where he was destroying so much of Shibuya. But he has to fight the strongest person in the verse, and he has to fight the second strongest person in the verse. And that's it. Those are his two fights, aside from when he wiped the whole group of Nanami, Maki, Nobito Zenin. Like, anytime it's, he kills Himiko and Nanako, he dog walks. Anytime it's someone who isn't the strongest person in the show, he's so good. And then, oops. Hana's getting you. I'll ride for Hana just a little bit because I like the idea of her a lot. I think you're right as well. Elo. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce my double L sometimes. I get nervous. I think Hana's good in theory. She needs a little bit more time. If you make the Culling games, I think if you make the Culling games either a little longer in the back half, or if you introduce Hana, like, maybe introduce Hana during perfect preparation instead of during the Culling games, and then we're straight, right? I think then she gets enough time to be a character. But as if she sort of feels plot devicey, and that's my big complaint with JJK when it gets to the back half anyway. Like, Megumi's sister isn't a character, unfortunately, and it's so important that she gets taken over by Yorozu. It's so important that she's the reason Megumi gets involved in the Killing Games. It's so important that she is taken over by Yorozu, and then it just happens, and then it's like, huh? That's a whole character getting like taken over, and there's a part of me that thinks. There's a part of me that believes that Yorozu was in control of Megumi's sister the entire time. Like, I don't think it was just an awakening. Because, like, Sukuna knew stuff about Yuji and Megumi's life because he was in their brain, right? He was in their... they were his vessels, so he could read their minds. So, I think Yorozu literally was just in control the whole time. But isn't that a damn shame that Megumi's sister doesn't get to be a character? Except for the one flashback where Megumi beat up a bunch of people, and except for I think a Jujutsu Stroll where like Toji's a bad father, but I think that's it, which is really a shame. Also, we're not gonna downplay Mahito by saying that Jogo like is the only reason Nanami's dead. Mahito would have killed Nanami anyway, but it is fucked up that he went in there at like a quarter HP. Oh my god, dude, that Jogo wipe is so interesting as like a narrative tool. It just like it just ruins everything for Shibuya all over again. It's so fire. Speaking of Nanami, I'll throw ratio at. I want to put it here. I think. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna move this one up here because I feel like I'm downplaying it, and then I'll put you there. Okay, now we're reorganized. Blade Mahito. Yeah, dude, we all know who we say Mahito. Speaking of Mahito, I'll play his curse technique there. Outer Transfiguration is really good as long as you're fighting someone. I think Outer Transfiguration is really good. If I don't know, what would it take? I don't know. I want to say what would it take for Mahito to be like for me to say Mahito's better than Jogo, but like by the way the story works, Mahito's stronger than Jogo. Hanami and Jogo admitted it, but I think Jogo just has like more raw power. I guess shapeshifting is actually really useful. Oh my god, if you shapeshift, you can have helicopter hair. If you shapeshift, you can have helicopter hair. Where, guys, I think we just found out who the top one in the verse is. Are we kidding me? Are we kidding right now? You get helicopter hair and Idol Transfiguration. Realistically, though, somewhere around here, I'm gonna put all the disaster curses over there because I think they're all about that good, right? Where's Hanami? Where is Hanami? Hanami gets to go over here, and then I'll put Dagon. I'd say Dagon above Hanami. I'd say Dagon above Hanami. Sorry, I've been jumping back and forth a whole lot. Let me read chat. Also, if you're new to the stream, welcome in. My name's Knightley. If you haven't seen my face before, you should subscribe. I think I'm pretty good at this. I think I make good video essays and stuff, and I'm gonna live stream more. So if you're having a good time here, you should stick around for a bit. Basically, unless you're gonna attack the soul, you're gonna touch on that patchwork frog. It's true. It's true. It is really good defense, actually. Yeah. Damn. I don't know. So the thing is, how did Mechamaru hit it, right? Because if damn. Okay, we gotta look at Mechamaru.
damage Ultimate Mechamaru, because he damaged the True Soul, right? Because it was in the like special finger bullet that he loaded, it was Simple Domain loaded into, like, as a technique loaded into the thing. So that's how he damaged him. So yeah, I think unfortunately Mechamaru got really lucky, which is really fucked up. It's really, really bad. A lot of grade 1 sorcerer's techniques are super simple, and I love it. It kind of sets up the scene that mind over matter, so it makes the sorcerer more capable among characters like Hutter. Yeah, I think you're right. That's why I think Blackbird manipulation's so good. I think Meme, as much as I really can't stand her guts, I think Meme is a really, really great foil for Nanami, because Nanami is someone who did not want to come back to the world of Jujutsu, who realized at some point though that, like, hey, I have these abilities, I can save a couple lives, and if I'm just gonna have to work anyway, and I'm gonna see these cursed spirits, I'm gonna live my life like knowing that, I may as well do it, right? Like Nanami very much sees it as a job, which is really, really cool. Meme unfortunately also sees it as a job. She just got luckier and had a little brother who could teleport. Like, everything Nanami put into the job, Meme was getting out of it. All that, like, time, all the resources, all the money to just do whatever she wants. And then Nanami was like, man, I'd like to go on a vacation. And then he gets marked, which, I mean, it's not the only person who got blown in half in this show, so it can't really be too bad. Speaking of getting blown in half, or not blown in half, speaking of getting killed by Mahito, I'll put her technique there, I think. I like Nobara's technique there. Hold on. Also, Hanami has a domain expansion, and you can find info about it. It's on the Animanga. Whoa! This is why you have the books, guys. This is why you read. I may be able to find it in here. We're gonna see. Where is Hanami? Hanami? Where are you? Where are you? Protection sorcery, ratio sorcery, Shadow technique, boogie woogie, munchie kick, auto transfiguration, limitless, auspicious beast summon. Dude, where is she? Kazuni, Dagon, Jogo, Nanako. Jogo and Dagon on this page. No Hanami, for the record. There she is. Okay. Let's play someone on the left arm, converted to Crystal Energy. Listen to our offering. Crystal for the system benefits. Applications, nothing in the book. So if there's nothing in the book here, I'm gonna look for it. We're gonna go on a journey together. We're gonna find out what Hanami's domain does. We're gonna find out what Hanami's domain does by browsing the wiki. Domain application, domain expansion, Shangri branches, domain expansion guaranteed. That's not it? Or is that it? The guaranteed hit of the ability of the domain is the beam is charged with Hanami's left arm. They attempted to expand the domain in the fight against GG. I think that's it. I think, technically speaking, because isn't it the flower thing, right? Am I stupid? Isn't the flower? Because Hanami's one of her abilities was like the pacifying flowers, but I could be making that up. I don't think there's actually any real information on it, which is such a shame. That's the only disaster curse we don't see the domain for. That sucks. That really sucks. Okay. We've been sitting in front of her with no fear, but seriously, who are those kids? I mean, we be children, I guess. I don't know. Sky manipulation is another great technique that's not user reliant. That's true, actually. Where is she? Where is she? God, I hate looking at this because every time I feel like I just look over it every time. There she is. She's the only one in color. That's why it's weird. I think I'll put it here. I'll do it like that. No. I'll do it like that. I think that's our right. I think that's our right order. Our better order. Sky manipulation, in case you don't know, because it hasn't been animated yet. So if you're anime only, I'm sorry I'm spoiling this for you, but you know, what are you doing? Sky manipulation, essentially she can take the sky, like air around her, and using her curse energy, make it into something physical that she can then shatter and shoot the shattered projectiles at her opponents. I don't know if there's a reverse curse technique application. I don't believe there is. I know that she has a domain expansion, but we never actually see what it is because it's in the three-way domain expansion clash that gets interrupted. If I had to guess, it would just be being able to manipulate the inside of the domain in the same way. But that's
that's all I think there is to it, right? I think that's it for sky manipulation. I'm pretty sure. That's fine. What's UCT before the 2E? No. It's almost just Okay. I'm caught up on chat. And I drink water. We're about to get back into it. Whew. Hakuna Lana. I think it's good. Technically, I think it's technically just expelling curses from your body. I don't know if there's any like secondary application of it, but whenever we see him fighting Sukuna, it's just reinforcing himself, I believe. I'm pretty sure. I'll throw it in. I'm gonna throw it on the topic great, and I'm doing that for a specific reason. If you remember, there's a section right after Miguel gets reintroduced where Gojo says that, you know, if the two of them were to fight, or if like considered a fight a race, right? Because Gojo has obnoxious control over his cursed energy due to Six Eyes, if it were a marathon, he would win because he has greater control over a long time. But Miguel, instead of getting like beaten the shit out of with Wing Chun, in theory, he should be the stronger one in the short term. Like his ability should be amplifying himself enough to keep up with the heavy hitters. So I want to throw it in great. I'm not throwing it in alright, calm down, just because we don't see it enough to really know how good it is. And the only of the two fights we see of Miguel, one of them is him getting dogged by Gojo, which it's the same thing as the Jogo problem, where they put strong people against strongest people. And the other one's Sukuna, where it has the same problem of they only put strong people against strongest people. But it's good. Oh my god! Now we're getting to the silly ones. I'm gonna throw a bunch of random ones in here just so that way we can get out of the way. Hanging, buns. Hair projectile, buns. What else can I get out of here? Auspicious beast summon. I think it's usable. We're not gonna downplay, bro. Miguel's technique also apparently buffs him while debuffing other people, but we've seen a showcase of this. I think Gojo applied that analogy to Miguel for his build rather than CT. I think it's both. I think he's just talking about Miguel as a sorcerer in general, but if every sorcerer, regardless, any decent sorcerer, regardless of technique, is amplifying themselves with cursed energy, so Gojo is doing that as well. So even then, saying that Miguel amplifying his technically higher starting point to a point where he would beat him in the short term, that's still feat worthy. That's still like pretty good. But no, I don't want to put the only black guy any lower than this, as fully biased as it is. I'm not putting him any lower than that. It's not even about that. Heavenly Restriction, since I looked at Toji, yeah, he beat Dogon, he would have beat Jogo, he would have beat Hanami. I don't think Miracle Storage would have held out long enough. I think he stops at Helicopter Blade Hair, but yeah, we'll leave that there. I'm not moving Helicopter Blade Hair. So of the people we have left, I'm gonna move my mother is educating me. She's not a hooligan. Your mom just hasn't caught up. That's all. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with not being caught up as long as you don't mind being on the internet. Just so we can get a look at where we are and where we have to go. We're technically most of the way through this. We're making pretty good time, I think, for like a stream to make sure my internet works, basically. I'm still having a good time. I don't know if you guys are kicking it. I hope you have your snacks, you're enjoying yourselves. But of the curse techniques we have left, we have a couple heavy hitters, we have a couple nobodies, we have a couple we have a little more, we have a few more nobodies than we have heavy hitters. Let's get the nobodies out of the way real quick. Let's just get them out of here. Weevy's teleportation, I'll throw it at the medium of usable. I think technically we'll do that. Long range teleportation's good. I think Boogie Woogie's really smart in a combat like situation because it's I also think Helicopter Hair and Heavenly Restriction's really, really close. Toji can't fly, you know? They fly now? They fly now. But oh my god, my train of thought. No, my train of thought. No. I lost it. All right, you know, we're gonna ignore it. We'll roll with it, I guess. Damn. Whatever. All right, Ice Formation, Urame's technique. It's good. Urame's So if we're, since I don't want to put him in a spot officially, right? I'll keep adding to my unofficial tier list. I think technically here Yuta can shift around a little bit depending on how you feel about it. Just to ask who are the worst three parents in JJK. It's very easily like any of the Zenin parents, like Ogun Zenin, Maki and Mai's dad. He gets a solid number 3. He tried killing both of his daughters. Not a good move in my book. I'll say number 2, Kenjaku. You know, he set Yuji up for the worst life a 15-year-old has had in recent Japanese history, according to JJK lore. Oh my god, that poor boy. That poor fucking boy. And who even did? Is there even a third parent in JJK? Is there even a third parent? I guess. Dude, who's a worse parent? Who's a third parent? I have no third parent. I can't even give you a third. I'm so sorry. I failed you. Fuck. I failed you. No! No! Anywho, Immortality. I think it's actually kind of shit. Nobara's mother kind of sucks. Sure. The 3 worst parents in JJK: Ogi Zenin, Kenjaku, and Nobara's mom. Cause fuck it, she's a parent somewhere. Oh my god. No, it was only ever Jin, because they're related to Sukuna. We're not. Kenjaku's many things. Kenjaku's not a harlot. Okay, we're not gonna downplay Kenjaku. We're not gonna pretend he's just horny. Anyway, Immortality. Tengen's Immortality kind of sucks. I'm gonna be honest. There's literally better versions of Immortality in JJK. If you really want to get used to it, Immortality without Eternal Youth super sucks. It super sucks. Yeah, so I guess for people who don't remember, for people who don't know specifically, Tengen's immortality is stupid. He lives forever, but if he doesn't merge with a new star plasma vessel every however many years, he'll evolve to the point where he's no longer human and his consciousness isn't bound to anything. So it's like it's not good. It's not good. Tengen's immortality. I think it grants them immense strength, immense curse energy, whatever, but would you want to live that long? No. Also, you do have a point. Big thing, Sheesh. Yuji kind of would suck. Yuji's essentially the same age in 2087 because he's a curse rune painting like Choso, and Choso lived to be 150 and looked fine. So, unfortunately, Yuji probably will live forever. But I think actually, I saw a post that was saying that Yuji living forever and not aging is a part of a binding vow he incidentally made when he promised to kill Mahito no matter how many times he came back. So I think that's a really cool headcanon. I just want to put that out. I'm going to put their headcanon out there because I think it's really interesting. So you should, think about that. Photo manipulation. I mean, it kind of sucks. It's usable. Love Rendezvous. Very conditional. Oh my god, we never even ranked Cursed Speech! Dude, maybe I should stop talking as much. Holy. Just to get some other ones out of the way, Jetpack Hair. Man, fuck Jetpack Hair. You know what? Can I delete? You know what? I actually know exactly how to delete this. Add row below. Get out of here. Jetpack Hair. I'll just leave it there. I'll delete it later. I'm not even deleting that guy right now. Fuck that guy. So now we have interesting ones left. Now we're hitting the weird ones, right? So, how do you guys feel about the Smallpox Curse Spirit? Because I think it's actually really good. If we're being honest, it lost to Meme's technique because she had a second, or Meme's technique. Smallpox Curse Spirit lost to Meme not because of her technique inherently. It's because Weeby was in the domain, right? Had Weeby not been in the domain and ready to use Simple Style, this would have killed her. And it's a really strong ability when you actually sit down and look about it. It's a domain, right? Put him in a coffin, bury them underground, put them in a rock. If they don't break out in 3 seconds, they're infected with like ultra smallpox and they're dead. Like there's nothing you can do about that damn thing. Are we downplaying that? Is that not a really good ability? If you don't have domain counterplay, or you aren't physically strong enough to like, America is trying to bring back the fucking smallpox curse. Jesus Christ. Oh, I love living in America in the year of our Lord 2025. I'm gonna say that again and look at the camera so you know how completely unironic I'm being. I love living in America in the year of our Lord 2025. Okay, now that we got that out of the way. now that we made sure that's straight. I accidentally click. Every time I F1, that's my hotkey to change scenes. Anytime I do it, it opens that stupid tab. I have to keep closing it. That's not the point. The damn... Chance on my smallpox even. The smallpox script, it's super strong. It's a good ability. I'm glad I'm not crazy. I'm glad I'm not alone on this. I think, realistically, I would put... Okay. I'm gonna put it there. I think Judge Van is technically stronger just because if you were presented with a court case against you and you had to defend yourself, you're going to jail, buddy. I'm sorry. But you know, technically, there are more ways to deal with the smallpox thing than to deal with losing your cursed energy in a domain that is supposed to like. In a domain that isn't supposed to kill you outright, but it's just supposed to affect the flow of combat in a very serious manner. That's why I love Judge Van. I love Judge Van in that domain so much. I think if the Smallpox City had any significant intelligence, it would be way stronger for sure. It's just that maybe in the Groomed one are a bit clinically insane to get a buff off of it. That's fair. If Wee didn't have Simple Domain, they would not have beaten the Smallpox Demon. I really don't think they would have. Meme had already been affected by it once, just trying to figure out what the hell the demon even did, or the Curse Spirit even did. They aren't beating it. Yeah, I'm happy with this. I'm happy with where we're at. Okay. Moondregs, this is, Junpei is his name? Junpei's curse technique? Groomed one is a crazy name as well, for the record. I agree. Groomed one is nuts. Moondregs, I'll throw it in usable above photo manipulation, because it's just it's Shikigami. It's a jellyfish one. It'd be really fire if Junpei didn't eat shit immediately after he was introduced, but you know, usually had to let people die. So I'll get rid of so here are the four Zenin family. Right, we have Paralyzing Gaze, Earth Arms, Missile Fist, Blazing Courage. They're all mediocre. I feel like maybe we should. I don't want to keep adding tiers. I feel like that's cheating. I feel like it's cheating. Nah, that is cheating. I gotta be meaner. You know, I'm even gonna give this. I'm even gonna give this a meaner name. Mediocre unless I like that. But then again, some of these are I don't know. I think Comedian technically deserves to go here, but I like him so much in mediocre unless, because if he's just being really funny for a day, there's nothing we can really do. There really is just nothing you can really do. We'll knock out the Zenin family. I'm not gonna get distracted. All of them are mid. All of them fucking suck, honestly. The Paralyzing Gaze is trash, because anytime, if someone's too strong for you, maybe if he would have gotten older, it would be, like, decent, right? But all it does is hold someone in place, and if they're stronger, you take the damage reflected on you, or you take damage if they break out of your eyes, right? So Paralyzing Gaze, as seen, Earth Arms, as seen, it's just big hands. Anyone in JJK can do something that is equivalent to big hands. Yuji can throw a car. Like, Yuji can throw a car. Megami could probably do some crazy shit. Chica's your favorite Medulla character? Chica? Like, Five Nights at Freddy's? I don't think Chica's in there. So the thing is, Comedian could go and, alright, calm down. But, what if he's just flopping that day, right? What if he's self-conscious that day? Then what? You can be like, I'm sorry, let me flip through my notes. The problem is Nakaba is too funny all the time, actually. So, if you wanted to, just for the people who are watching this, because if I'm going to screen grab this later and post it, if you wanted to, you could technically put Takuma anywhere on this, and it'd be fine. You could throw him in jetpack hair, and he'd technically still be at the top. But I think mediocre unless is simply too fucking funny for him. Anywho, Missile Fists, also kind of really dookie. The whole Zenin family. You know what? Ogi, you can get it too. all of y'all suck, bro. It's literally big hands, hold them still, sword. And that's the Zenin clan, except for Naoya and Nabito. Nabito? Whatever his name is. Also entirely then I cope. I'm sorry, you should be used to coping by now. No, dude. I love Takuma. I think he's so funny. I can't wait for that to get animated because I feel like most of the jokes just don't. I feel like most of the jokes wouldn't work for people in a manga format, especially because some of them are like really cultural. Like the whole Momonosuke story, that's a cultural story, right? So the whole stand-up bit doesn't really work if you don't get the reference. So I think that's why a lot of people don't like the Takuma Genjaku fight. That's why people don't like how Kenny lost, because they didn't find Takuma funny. But if you found it funny, he's the GOAT! What can I say? Community, I think, only will stop working because Kenjaku started shitting on his routine and showed him a dead body. Realistically, I don't think many other people know how to counter it. I think that's fair. Which is kind of like what I was saying. Kenjaku just played around it. And then he started joking with Takuma, but was even better. Should I eat some type of chocolate cake or some off-brand? If you have access to that chocolate cake and you want that chocolate cake, I'm gonna go big cam just so I can look you in the eyes. I'm even gonna hold you. If you want that chocolate cake and it's like not gonna fuck up your stomach, or like you have a health concern, whatever, you should enjoy that chocolate cake, man. Unless it's someone else's, in which case don't, because that'd be super fucked up. But otherwise, you should enjoy your chocolate cake, twin. Could you do something crazy? Yeah, no. If you're nonchalant, it's comedian's fire. The problem is Takuma's too self-conscious, so there's play around. Anywho, we hit the point. Hold on, didn't even notice. We hit the point where my face cam isn't covering any of these guys. We're almost there. Also, we've been going for like an hour and some change. If you guys are new, welcome in. We've just been making JJK curse techniques. If you like what I do, you should subscribe. You'll see more. I have 2 videos that I'm working on right now, so subscribe, turn on notifications and stuff if you haven't. But that's just me. Anyhow, disaster roaches, I think, should also go where all the disaster curses are, all the like special gradish curses are. It's just a swarm of roaches you control with curse energy. I didn't remember his name. The weapon he had is cooler than his curse technique, actually, because controlling a bunch of roaches with curse energy is fine. The sword that he like hits Yuta with that rots his whole thing, it's fire. I really like the Sentai Colony, guys. I'm telling you, I'm gonna tell you now, and I'm saying this on camera now, so that way I can think about it later and have it clipped already. If people, not even if, when the Sentai Colony comes out and Yuta goes to fight the Roach guy and then Uro and then whatever the other person name is, that fight is going to be legendary. And everyone's going to switch up on Yuta, and I want you to know, I saw you. I saw you. Yes, you, viewer. If you are a Yuta hater, if you're a Yuta slanderer, that's fine. It's all fun and games now, right? As soon as Sentai Colony gets animated, I'm gonna be there and I'm gonna be watching. I'm gonna be watching everybody reaction. Dude, I'm gonna be on such a high that week. It's gonna be ridiculous. But same to the point. Kuroshi is fire. Now I can't choose the stream. Dude, it's because I fixed my internet. I don't know. I fixed my internet. My beautiful lovely girlfriend fucked around with our router for like 15 minutes, and now it's just pulling like insane numbers. Knock on wood. Hold on. We're knocking on wood again. We're too superstitious in this household. We're knocking on wood here. I'm gonna remember that. Sylveon _ Chloe and big thanks Sheesh. If you motherfuckers, if y'all switch up, Yusa's my goat. I saw it.
It's documented now. Just wait. All right, I keep getting distracted. I think we'll go in a random order. Rot technique. It's fine. I think it's fine. No, anti-gravity system, not you. No, you go down there. We're anti-gravity system's gonna go somewhere. We're not worried about anti-gravity system. I think rot technique is decent. Rot technique is decent. The thing is, Choso just has like a better version of this built into his blood manipulation, so it kind of feels weaker by comparison. Also, just because Choso's like one of the strongest people, like relatively, he's relatively up there. So Choso makes his brothers look weaker in comparison. So I feel like I feel like I should probably throw rot technique like over here. It's another like poison technique, but it doesn't do, if you don't have the setup, there's not much to do. All right. Injury halting. I think it's good. It is only a support ability though, so it's mediocre unless, because stopping injuries from getting worse, especially in a setting like JJK where things are constantly happening, it's really good. However, if you don't have RCT, you can't heal it. You're just stopping it from getting worse. So like, I think it's good. It definitely needs to be better. Hold on, let me read chat for a moment. Here on the front lines of Yuta defense someday. No, don't switch up on Yuta. He's goated. Don't switch up on Yuta. He's goated. I'm here with you defending. I'm right here. We're arm in arm right now. Don't abandon me, please. When did you link to Black Flash on Sukuna? I promise you people are gonna buzz for it. Yeah, I'm real excited for that like stretch of like 8. Oh my god, Ice Milk! Yes! This is gonna be so weird. If you guys aren't in my Discord server, by the way, you join my Discord server. There's a link in my channel bio. I'll throw a link in the description of this video after I'm done. But in my Discord in my Discord, we were talking about random bullshit, and someone brought up iced milk, like putting ice in your milk. And I was like, oh yeah, when I was younger, I did the same thing. It makes the milk like marginally better than just cold milk. It's not bad. Like I'm not gonna sit here and pretend I don't understand. If you haven't tried it, you don't have to. You know, I'm not like you're fighting the good fight for ice milk, but it's not bad, technically speaking. I haven't had it since I was like 12 though. You know what? I'll have a glass after the stream and I'll yell about it. It's better than refrigerated milk. It's better than refrigerated milk. I'm not about to get pressed over this right now. It is unfortunately better than regular milk. Like marginally, but enough to notice. So give it a shot. Report back, I suppose. I can't believe that's becoming a thing. I spoke up there with Poke. How dare you talk on Poke like that? How dare you? What's wrong with you? Don't even joke about that. It's not even funny. Don't talk on Poke like that. Poke is so good at. Another really good ability. I think. What is her name? Urahime? That's her name. I think Urahime has a really, really good support ability. So I'm gonna throw it in like right over there. I'll also throw this up here. I'm not gonna downplay Nita. Lactose-free milk doesn't taste bad. I just drink 2%. But you know, yeah, I mean milk is milk, man. Also, water-based hot chocolate piqued the minds. I like ice-based hot chocolate more than water-based hot chocolate. Just kind of depends. Though it depends on the hot chocolate. It's super. It just depends on the hot chocolate. That's really the big thing. The base, it can be switched out. But we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 left. All right, 9 left, and then I'm gonna clean this up, and then we'll call it. So let me dial in. First things first. Projection sorcery. I think it's actually really, really good. I think projection sorcery is really, really fire. And this could entirely be recency bias, because if you just saw the movie, Naga just went off, like very, very recently. Naga just styled on Choso super, super hard. But projection sorcery is honestly one of my favorite super speed abilities. I think that having to have your motions pre-traced out for you is a really good caveat to using it, especially because at high speeds, if you fuck up, you will freeze yourself, right?
It's so interesting. Also, the underutilized part of the ability is being able to free someone else, presuming they move outside of the path, right? So being able to completely stop someone, shatter them, and keep going is wonderful. Naoya is the fastest sorcerer aside from Satoru Gojo, of course. So there has to be something there. I think the technique is really good. I think that Nabito Zenin, the guy who dies in Shibuya, he wasn't the best user for it. He was kind of old, but I think that Naoya takes it like to the next level. Especially, I'm not gonna count it in this, but he does come back as a cursed spirit at some point, right? And he keeps his technique and also has like curse powers, so it's even better to the point where he hits like Mach 3 or some crazy shit like that. It's a really good ability, is the point. It's really good. I can't really put good at Chugam. I also hold on. That's a good point. Hold on. We're not gonna do bro like that. We're not gonna do bro like that because I know exactly where it is. Sugar. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's a web P. I don't want a web P. Hold on. Hold on. I'm just gonna go on Pinterest. Since I already have it pulled up in another tab, but I actually clued out of that, so I'm gonna open it again. We're not missing out on him, right? I'm not letting him go outside like that. So stupid, right? No, all these dudes, stop uploading. Why is every file a WebP, right? Why is every file ever a WebP? Why can't we just use something easy? Why can't we use something easy and simple? Now I gotta snip tool everything. Yeah, I love snip tool. It's my favorite thing to use in the world. There we go. Oh god, this is bad. Oh, this looks bad. There's a train. There's a train passing by. I don't know if anyone else can hear it, but it is in fact passing by. When there we go. Okay, this bit took way too much effort to do, but you know what? What are we doing if not putting too much effort into a thing? You grab. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Anyway. I'm so funny, guys. Oh my god, 1Shift-S. Thank you. You guys are goated. I really appreciate that. That's actually, oh my god, I have a converter. We're not gonna worry about that. So, of the ones left, I think that some of these are technically in the best of the show. I think that 1 to 2 of them are pretty fucking dookie though. So we're just gonna put tool manipulation right over there, and we're gonna put sound manipulation over here. Why not? I some of the tracks I went into that. I asked myself how I managed to sleep in. Yeah, no. Once you get used to a train, it's really not too bad. The only problem is that when I record, the train will be so loud for the horn, and then it'll just be like in the background, low enough to where I don't feel like it's gonna pick up on my mic. And then I go into edit, and sure enough, it's picking up on my mic for like 20 minutes after the train horn. So I really need to just like, not record when a train passes, I suppose. Excuse me, I burped. What is her name? What's her name? Dude, I think it's so funny. I feel so bad for Kyoto School. They had such a chance at being so fire, and then they are just shit, all of them, except for Toto and arguably Mechamaru. Otherwise, though, they're all buns. Like, Miwa, bro, get Miwa out of my face. Tool manipulation. Momo can telepathically control a broom, allowing... Okay, that's fire, right? Gust of wind. Yeah, she's going in jetpack hair. I don't even want her in Dookie. She's going in jetpack hair. Fuck. Hell no. So, trajectory. Trajectory, I think, needs to go relatively high. Because it's long-range domain casting, technically. It's... No, Kamo's fine. Kamo's fine. The problem is you have a blood manipulation user like Noritoshi Kamo, and he's like mediocre, right? Like he's decent. Hold on. First off, Miwa sucks. We're not gonna lie to ourselves. Miwa kind of sucks. Kamo is okay. But when you put him next to a user like Choso, who has the hack that enables the ability to be 100,000 times better, what is he good for, right? And then he gets booted from his clan because he sucks. So the people in verse also realize he sucks, right? And then he comes back to fight Naoya as a curse, and he gets carried. Like, I think he distracts Naoya for 2 seconds to give Maki like 2 seconds of time, and then the samurai guy and the sumo wrestling guy show up. So what does he do? What does he do except for be there? What does he do except for exist on the page? You know, we're gonna talk shit on we're gonna talk shit on Kamo when I do not care about him, bro. I'll slander Miwa as much as I can breathe. Give her an axe. She can't swing a sword anymore. Give her an axe. She could do much more, but she just wants to be a witch. I feel like it's fine. That's when Kamo's parents named after the state of the Kamo. Which is also crazy, right? Can you imagine being named after your clan's Satan? Not Satan. Can you be? I'm not gonna keep ragging on Kamo, bro. He doesn't deserve it. he's doing his best. All right, that means we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'm gonna put these in order that I want to look at them. Trajectory goes here. I'll put G-War stuff there. I'll put anti-gravity here. Okay, this is perfect. What a perfect final 6, and then I'll clean up that top row, and then that's it. No, he didn't poison Naoya. Kamo doesn't have poison blood. Kamo doesn't have poison blood. Choso is the only one that has poison blood. And Yuji, of course. Kamo Aimo hit the same issue that Joker did, where he's putting horrible matchups. He's gonna press Naoya for that's fair, but I don't think there is ever a world in which I can imagine Naoya doing anything greater than what would require like a grade 1 sorcerer, right? Like, I think technically that's what our delineation is, right? Like, usables, like, technically grade 1, here's grade 2, grade 3, grade 4, except for the weirdos who just, like, obviously Tengen isn't a grade 3 or whatever. And then here's your, like, should be special grade plus all that weird shit. So technically that's, like, where we're at, right? Kamo's not making it anywhere. If we're, like, playing the fight game, I also realize I'm pointing to my screen instead of using my mouse. If we're playing, like, the comparison game, Kamo's not beating anyone above usable. He's not beating Meme. He's not beating Choso. He's not beating the Smallpox Demon. He's not beating Judgeman. He's not beating anyone up here, right? I feel like, I don't know. He has the problem of strong opponents, but you could give him a dramatically weaker opponent, and he would still be kind of ass. That's all I'm saying. Maybe once Killing Games get animated. What's up with Helicopter Blade hair? He's fire. What are we talking about? His hair? Here, in case you don't get it. Just in case anyone in chat doesn't get it. Helicopter hair. What it does is his hair, right? Like his hair, they're helicopter blades. And he can fly at you with the helicopter blades. He's unbeatable. Oh my god. What if you were like in a hallway and then he flew straight at you? It's like a domain expansion, bro. It's so fucked up. Are you kidding me? I forgot it was up there. Anyway, trajectory has to be decent because it was holding everyone else in the Sentai colony back from doing anything. So, I mean, it's fine. I'll put it. I'll put it there. I trust that his ability's decent. That's fair. Kamo isn't capable of rocking with the push. We cast everyone that got buffed heavy died or disappeared. Exactly. That's unfortunately I feel the same way about Nobara as I do about Kamo. So technically speaking, you could put Kamo like up here, right? Because post Shibuya, they just can't bang. Which is really, really unfortunate. My bad. I said spoilers like 40 times at the start of the stream. I'm not taking the blame for this. Domain expansion Behemoth hair blender, that's really funny. That's really good.
That's my bad. Sorry if I'm going too deep onto my explanations, but that's kind of, I mean, I don't know. My only JJK video, well, one of my only two JJK videos is about the ending arc and why I think it's good. This is a post anime channel. I'm sorry. Nobara has good hacks, but like Nobara has good hacks in certain situations. Like in Shibuya when she fought the Mahito clone, getting that resonance off was big, right? Because it's such a strong part of his soul. But what is she doing in Shibuya? Not Shibuya. What is she doing in the Culling Games, right? If you drop her in Sendai with Yuta, she's shot. If you drop her in Tokyo with, or wherever Yuji and Megumi were, what's she doing? Fighting Sukuna? No. She's not doing anything, unfortunately. Her ability has good niche usage, and that's why they save her for when it's usable, right? She's good in Shibuya, she's good pre-Shibuya, and then she's good at the very, very end, but that whole period, she can't keep up with them in combat, like close range. She can't do anything unless Gege gave her another part to her ability that would make her stronger. She's unfortunately like Shibuya gated. She got power crept a little too hard, which is really fucked up, but I don't know. If you throw her in like I think technically she could be Charles with G Warstaff. Like technically, no one told her about nail guns. Oh fuck. Oh my god. Oh my god. Guys, get Nobara a nail gun. Guys, what are we, stupid? That's a really good. That's someone get that poor girl a nail gun. Are you ranking these CTA in terms of combat potential, just general use? I'm ranking them however I feel like. I'm gonna be honest. Technically speaking, combat potential for not best use case, but like average case, general case. But also, I have Helicopter Blade Hat up here, so I don't think anyone's taking this too seriously, unfortunately. Okay, anti-gravity system in Star Rage. I think it's bananas that Yuji's mom had the one curse technique, or whoever, Jin's wife had the one curse technique that would manage to like perfect counter Star Rage's ultimate ability. But it's like decent. The anti-gravity system, it's decent. I think that you could probably move around with it. Of course, reverse curse technique is just gravity amplification, which is good. That's it. The whole point of Choso working with whatever her name is, Sumiki. What's Star Rage's name? What's her name? Oh, dude, I closed out of the wiki too. What am I, stupid? Hold on. Let me find out. What's her name? I can't see my chat right now, so if someone types it, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna be able to see it, but it's gonna be really, really funny. What is her damn name? Yuki Tsukumo. Oh my god, I was right. I'm so mad I was correct. Wow. Doesn't it just hurt being right all the time, guys? Ugh, damn. Kaurievsky, that's fair. I think it's decent. Yuki and Chozo's the whole point of the fight was figuring out what his other curse technique was, and it being the anti-gravity system is a really cool reveal. I just don't know how strong it is, because curse spirit manipulation is so good. So you like anti-gravity means stimulation, which is true, but I don't know. The thing is, the only time we ever see it used, we see the reverse curse technique of it used, and then there's a cooldown for it, I believe, right? So it's like Kari got noted by a brain with the teeth. Shit, damn. Yeah, she's going in jetpack here. You got a point. Why even try to figure it out? She got noted. Get the fuck out of here, ho. Star Rage. I'll throw. I think technically though, Yuki's really strong. Of course, I'd say she can go under Helicopter Hat Hair. She can go under Helicopter Hat Hair, whatever his name is. So Star Rage is good. It's just increasing the density of herself and her. It's not a Shikigami. It's a cursed tool, right? But it's like alive, so it's weird, and that's good. And using like the final move of it is really, really strong. But like I don't know. The only time we see it used, it does get like my Nick just said. My Nick, like they just said,
the only time we see it in a fight for an extended period of time, Kenjaku gets the get out of jail free card, right? So it's surely good, and she is a special grade, and she does take out a special grade spirit like that. So clearly there's some merit to this, right? But like, I don't know where the upper boundary of that is, because the only time we see it, it doesn't really matter. Is Private Pure Luck Train not technically conditional if it's luck dependent? Oh, that's fair. The thing is, I don't think Private Pure Love Train for Hakari specifically is conditional. He will always get the jackpot. Just like as a writing thing. If somehow Hakari were to not get his jackpot for long enough, you could kill him. Like Kashimo tried timing it out so that way he would work around the reroll, right? But he always gets it, right? Like it's the most if I fail, but I'm never gonna fail. Like if Hakari doesn't get the jackpot, he's always gonna get the jackpot. He's Hakari, he's a gambler. So like technically you could throw that in mediocre unless, but I don't know. I think technically it's in that same boat as Comedian, where if it was a different user, it would be worse. But because it's Hakari, it's really, really good. Hit taking more than 30 spins to get a jackpot, get them on the second try the first time we saw it, and then got 2 in a row against Kashimo. And then he stalls Urame out for the entire ending. So surely he has to be, like, rolling it pretty consistently, right? Or at least consistently enough to survive fighting the second strongest alive antagonist at that point in the story. So it's not bad. Clearly it's a very good ability. Clearly he gets the luck enough to get the jackpot enough for it to be viable, but I don't know, if you don't get it, it's kind of shit. So I'm gonna leave him up here so we can figure out, like, so I can rank my top whatever and then I can redistribute them later. But I think you're right. I think it does need to go in mediocre unless whenever we get there. Crispy manipulation. I'm just gonna put that right up. Like, right up. If I Kenjaku next to Kenjaku. Cursed manipulation is good. I think knowing that if you die, all the cursed spirits will just go is really scary. I think it's really scary. If you knew you were gonna die, like if you were, like, let's say Geto survived hidden inventory and wasn't, well, he did survive hidden inventory. Let's say he didn't turn evil and like lived a happy life or whatever, and like whatever, he's like 80. If he died of a heart attack, that'd be really fucking bad. But if he just made sure to shoot off like an Uzumaki and use up his curse, like the last of his cursed spirits in one big whatever at the end of his life, I think there's not a real drawback to it aside from it being nasty. I just really like the narrative use of cursed manipulation. I think that's why Gato's my favorite character. I just really like I really like the use of it in the story. It's so good. Kashimo mentions the chance of having a second time was insane, given the phase of the Roy wasn't supposed to get a jackpot, much as I quickly found within a minute. Yeah, he's gonna get it no matter what. That's why, like, you could say Hikari won't pull it, but he will always pull it. It's such like a plot answer, but it's so funny. Anywho, 10 Shadows. Mediocre unless. So, if you guys are not caught up on Medulo, very, very mild spoilers for Medulo. It's about the descendants of our current cast, and one of them has some variation of the 10 Shadows technique, where something they do is, instead of summoning like divine dogs like this and then getting divine dogs and having me Shikigami, they are somehow able to take on the trait of it, because Yuka does like that, and then her fists are imbued with whatever cursed energy thing it was, right? It was divine dogs. So it's good. Like no one's of the 10 Shadows, right? This is a problem with doing this. I would want to list the 10 Shadows out separately, but I'm not doing all that. The 10 Shadows are good. The problem is the elephant in the room, which isn't the elephant Shikigami, it's Maharaga. Oh, Maharaga! Aw, hi, buddy. Speaking of which, this is my cat. His name is Maharaga. Oh my god, he's so cute. I love him so much. But 10 Shadows is decent. 10 Shadows is decent. It just has the nuke. I don't think, and this is gonna sound kind of obvious, hold on. Wait, hold on. They have free RCT even though Maharuga this week. Yes, Timid Deer does give you here. Let me dial in. Of the 10 shadows, right? Most of them are good. Most of them are good. Divine Dogs is good. The frog one is fine. It's good to immobilize an opponent. It's also good to have a Shikigami that you can spawn as many of as you want. That's why Escape Rabbit is really good. The Tranquil Deer can just heal someone. Like, Tranquil Deer just gives you reverse curse technique for free without even having to figure it out. So if you can beat that one, I'm sure it's really good, but Megumi never does that. Max Elephant is good. Nue is, of course, fantastic. We saw the upscaled version of it with Sukuna having, like, a building-sized Nue, which is really good. I'm also glad you guys think my cat is handsome. He's very, very sweet. What are the other ones? The tiger one we never see, so I don't know what that one does, and that's fine. The bull is fine, and then Tranquil Deer, the tiger, the frog, the rabbit, the wolves. Wait, wolf, deer, tiger, rabbit, elephant, bull, Nue. The snake. The snake is fine. No one really cares about the fucking snake. And then I feel like there's one more, and then there's Maharuga. I just can't remember what that one more is right now. I don't think you can beat Maharuga with the 10 shadows. So clearly there's a cap to it, right? I don't think you can ever actually beat Maharuga. The only reason that you should be able to use him is for the suicide trade-off, right? Although that may not be true. I hear a train track in the distance. I'm scared. The 10 shadows isn't a strong enough technique to beat Maharuga on its own. So I think really the only use for it is a suicide thing. Because how are you beating that thing with... I don't even know if you can really hurt it with 10 shadows, assuming it's... Not assuming. It's in the same technique, so there is a risk of it already being adapted to the things that it is in the same technique as, or it being able to adapt to those things easier, although that isn't explicitly stated. That is a little headcanon-y. But that would be, as a 10 shadows user, that would be my concern. Hi, son. Hi, son. That would be the concern. So, knowing that, and knowing JJK's power system where trade-off equals power, right? Like, a sacrifice of something equals power, why wouldn't the ultimate sacrifice of your life be what gives you access to the ultimate power of Maharuga, right? Like, I think Sukuna gets to cheat because he's a vessel and can, like, really do something, right? Or because he's a reincarnated sorcerer, so he can do something against it. But otherwise, I don't think you can beat it solo. So, knowing that, right, and having that in mind, I think it should not fall in mediocre unless I think it should fall just below great. Because you have, the whole point is you have 9 shadows that you can use however, right? Like whatever their abilities are, you can use them. And they should be able to cover you in most situations. And then, if for some reason you still can't beat whatever's in front of you, you get your 10th shadow and then it's mutually assured destruction. Unless you're fighting Sukuna or maybe Dabura, depending on how these next few chapters go. But that's my tier list so far. Oh my god. Look at it. What a pretty little tier list. Mostly balanced. Ignoring jetpack hair tier, we're not really worried about that. Mostly balanced. So, before I call it, I'm gonna go through, I'm gonna clean up that top whatever, and then I'll redistribute them. Just because I think it's interesting. And then yeah, I'll screenshot it, I'll post it on my Discord, I'll post it on YouTube later. But that's besides the point. Also, if for some reason you're new, welcome. You know, we're almost done, but you got the end of the show. It's gonna be pretty cool still. As far as top 5, this isn't even 5. How many is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then you know what? Yeah, what are the top 9? What do you think of the theory that you need the help of HR to defeat? Take out like 2 of those acronyms, brother. HR to defeat Mahito. I know CT, obviously, right? HR. I don't know. With Gege giving Yuki the 10 shadows, assuming she does survive the current scenarios, and I doubt further knowledgeable of it. I don't doubt it, but like, well, I doubt it. Aside from spoiler reasons, I don't think she's gonna tame Maharuga down the line. But she is already in a one-on-one for the fate of Tokyo, for the fate of the world, right? Essentially, that's what it's going to boil down to. she's already at the point where she would need to use Mahoraga. So, could she? I don't think so. Because if she could theoretically stand up to Mahoraga, why would she not at least start out trying to fight him straight up, right? Why flip to the nuke, the mutually assured destruction from the beginning if you are capable of standing up to something on that scale, right? Or maybe is it just you want to be sure? I don't know. I don't know. Megami did not die to a 9th grade curse. He died of liver failure, guys. Come on. What are we talking about? That's how Megami died for sure. Heavenly Restriction is it's up here. It's like it's not the most powerful. You know what's crazy? People talk about Maki in such a weird way. Where they're like, oh, Maki gets upscales from Toji because Toji's the strongest and da-da-da, she'll never be Toji. Dude, like, half the shit Maki does is a Toji upscale. Like, technically, if Toji was doing the stuff that endgame Maki was doing, dude, everyone would have been shot in Shibuya, bro. There's no way. You know, what should we show in the fight? Yuji probably will show up in the fight. I think that is how it's going to go down. But the Slender after Barry loses someone with turbo cancer is going to be. He's not. I don't think he's going to lose. I think they're gonna stop fighting at some point. I don't think he's gonna lose. Mahoraga is gonna go like 0 for 4 and still be the coolest thing in the franchise. I swear to God. But as far as I'm gonna blitz through and reorganize this real quick. I think technically speaking, it's gonna go here, and then you can go like way down here. No, you go there, you go there, you go here, you go here, you go here, you go here. If we're just going curse techniques. Hey, welcome to the Discord. We have a Discord for the arcade. If you guys aren't in it, you should totally join it. Song07 just joined. That means it's totally awesome. You guys should totally join him. But without thinking about it too hard, this is my off the dome top 9. Just off of curse technique alone, right? Limitless. I guess I'll go in reverse order just so it'll, we can be straight. Copy, conditional, but it's good, right? Like I think it's just that Yuta makes the ability work really well, but the ability isn't bad, right? He's just a goat. I don't even have another way to put it, but because technically the ability is really, really, really conditional, I'm going to throw him at the top of mediocre unless. If you can find a good ability to copy, like heaven forbid he gets Gojo's leg, or he gets like Takuba's arm, or he gets Sukuna's finger. Oh! Copy is really, really good. Don't call Mahoraga the strongest loser in history. He's so much more special than that. Don't hurt his feelings. Don't hurt his feelings. How will he ever adapt to that? Never does kind of look like the Otsutsuki, which is fine. I think he's just his skin is white because he's in a manga, so everyone's skin is white and he has horns. But I can see what you're saying. I'm not gonna pretend I don't see that. Mythical Beast Amber. While he is 2 for 3. Actually, that is true. I'm so sorry. Mahoraga is not 0 for 4. He beat Yorozu. Yeah. So he's about to be 1 for 4 instead of 1 for 3. But anyway, Kashima's Mythical Beast Amber. It's good, but it's not worth it, right? Because his energy, his curse energy has the properties of lightning as a side effect of his curse technique, I suppose. Like, that's just part of it. But Mythical Beast Amber actually using the technique fucking sucks because it kills you. It burns out your body. So if it's just the lightning, right, then I think it's fine. But it's not worth the suicide. That's why he never used it. Kashimo is the only person who didn't use his curse technique, like, actually in his life. Also, I'm not counting the Gojo when Sukuna won against Gojo. Mahoraga got destroyed, so I wouldn't say. So unfortunately, I'm throwing it in Dookie. If we're counting the lightning property for Kashimo's curse technique, then we would need to count like Hikari's weird spiky curse energy as his. But I don't think that's. I feel like here. You know what? I'll throw it above Love Rendezvous, and I'll put Love Rendezvous like down here. Why was that so high? Jesus Christ! I'll put it there because I think Hikari's thing is a little more separate from his technique, so I don't want to count that as the same. But we'll count the lightning as a part of the ability. I feel like that's reasonable. Now, Urame. Hi, son. I'm gonna let my cat out of the room. Hi, son. You gonna say? You mean so sweet, though. All right. There you go, son. He was pawing at the door. I started streaming while he was napping, so I didn't want to lock him in here. He lost the battle but won the war into Sukuna's watch. Exactly. Sukuna won. it wasn't Mahoraga. Mahoraga gets a loss there. But speaking of Shinjuku, Urame, her ability is actually really, really, really good. It's kind of like Sukuna's and kind of like all the old techniques where it's really simple, but it is massively effective. Anytime Urame shows up, the good guys lose. Like, anytime Urame joins in a fight, the good guys lose. At the end of Shibuya, at the end of the Culling Games, Urame showing up is a massive problem. So I think genuinely she needs to go like... I'm sorry, I'm done downplaying Helicopter Hair. Urame, like, needs to be high up there. I honestly would even put her... I wouldn't put her above Construction. In a perfect use, Construction's just better. But Ice Formation is very, 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 very good. I just wonder, we never see like a domain or anything for her, and that's kind of a shame. If she had a domain, she would be top 3, if not top 4 sorcerers. Like, no bullshit. She's so good that they had to get the guy with infinite health to stall him out. No one's downplaying Urame in front of me and getting away with it. They're so goated. Anyway, Private Fear Love Train, you guys are right. Unfortunately, it's going to go mediocre unless... If you aren't lucky enough to get the jackpot, there's not a point in having the technique. Luckily, Hokari is lucky enough to have the technique. It's really, really fire. Out of Transfiguration, I will throw in with the rest of the disaster curses in this tier, but I'm going to put it above Heavenly Restriction because it's really good. Oh, sorry. I assume Urame's domain functions the same as Jogo's, in which is styles of temperature 2 and extreme, which would be a reasonable assumption, but we don't even know if they're capable of domain technique. So it's less of... The question of Urame's domain is less of a, like, what would it do for me? And it's more of a, how much more, or how much, like, it's a good notation of skill, right? Because domain expansion is the peak of Jujutsu. There's nothing that can beat that, right? Or nothing that can beat that. There are ways to play around it, of course. But it's like, it's the ultimate technique. Aside from someone's, like, ultimate or maximum technique, whatever they call it, like Jogo's maximum meteor or whatever, right? It is the way to use your curse. It's like the way to show that you are the best with your curse technique. Gojo is fantastic with his, and that's because he's incredibly skilled. Sukuna and Kenjaku have open domains, and that's an expression of skill. It's like painting a canvas on air instead of a canvas, or painting a painting on air instead of on a canvas. So if Urame had a domain, or like an open domain, heaven fucking forbid, it wouldn't necessarily be a question like, oh, what would it do? Freeze people? It'd be, oh shit, they are that much more skilled than we were assuming. Also, not to diss the goat again, but can someone like Gojo Sukuna with extremely fast domain control screw over Hokari by canceling out his domain? Hokari's domain? Actually, you're not going to downplay my goat, because you're wrong. Hokari's domain is exceptional at winning domain clashes, and that's because not only does it expand fast, it isn't a killing domain. How is it explained in the book? Hokari's domain, because its sure hit effect is just giving you the information, it has an easier time establishing itself because it has less to do. So something like Gojo's domain, where it floods your brain with information to like a harmful degree, that, while it is at the end of the day a stronger domain, in a domain clash, it's an easier principle to it's easier to get around, I guess. It's easier to establish because you have less to do. It's not beating an open domain that is true. If Sukuna were to pop a domain, then unless Hikari expanded his out drastically, then, you know, what are you gonna do? If it breaks from the outside, it breaks from the outside. But if we're playing the game of versus battles instead of just technique versus technique, Sukuna would just let Hikari roll it infinitely, right? He'd pull the Kashima and be like, "Oh, I want to kill you while you're in the shit." A domain has won a fight one time, and that was when Jogo popped his domain over the lake in front of Yuji and Gojo was like, I'm better. So that's the one, but I really don't think there's ever a domain clash where one, like, wins. In the stretch of 6 at the end of Shinjuku, it's really, really back and forth, but they essentially keep tying until Gojo gets 0.1 second faster. So technically, it wasn't even like a domain overtaking, it was just Gojo's establishing faster. Which also technically, like, would you consider Sukuna breaking Gojo's domain that winning, right? Because it's an open domain. So I'm sure if you wanted to like nitpick it, you could probably find a different answer. But that's my general ask about it, I suppose. I do also hope we see more maximum techniques. My thing is, I don't think Medulla is going to be long. I think Medulla is going to be. If they're just doing this one like little story, then it could be anywhere from like 25 to 35 chapters, and I'd be fine with it. I don't think it's gonna be long. I think it'll wrap up somewhere around the 100 like section, because it's I don't know. I just don't think it's gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be very long as a piece. Yeah, I don't know. Body swapping, mediocre unless, like we said, it's mediocre unless if you switch into the right body, it's good. But otherwise, I mean, you can take your brain out, I guess. I just wonder how do you figure out that's your technique? You know, like how does Kenjaku go, man? You know what? I bet if I put my brain into another body, I could probably pilot that thing. How does one figure that out? Whatever. Curse spirit manipulation. I think we unironically have to dethrone helicopter blade hair. No, I'll put it over here. Ow! I just need my table. I'll put it over here. Curse spirit manipulation is conditional technically on like the basis of you have to get your curses first, but as shown, it's really fucking good. It's really, really, really fucking good. Not only just being able to control cursed spirits, which are already really, really strong, like Kenjaku had complete control over the smallpox demon, right? Being able to use Uzumaki on a semi-grade 1 curse or stronger and extracting its technique is massively busted. Like, if it wasn't strong enough, if the curse technique was weaker, I would throw it in mediocre unless, but cursed spirit manipulation is so good. Also, let me reach out. Apparently, about 6 years in, okay. If apparently you just know your technique once you hit a certain age. But like, how do you transfer that? How do you pull that off? Whatever. It's like literally, what if you're bad at sewing or transferring your brain into another body? Whatever. So the question is, does Shrine on its own get into alright, calm down, or is it the top of great? Because I think it's a simple ability, and I think it's really, really strong. And I think the problem is that Sukuna is just the best user. So, how is he just making his technique look really good, or is the technique like kind of is he the strongest because he has Shrine, or is Shrine the strongest because it's Sukuna? Right? I think it's a simpler technique. I'm gonna throw it at the top of great. Kenjaku probably accidentally just smooth blues that up. That's real funny. That's really, really funny. If we could just become sure hitting the domain. That is true. But that leaves, finally, our final curse technique. I mean, Limitless is kind of ass, right? If you don't have 6 eyes, Limitless is kind of ass. I'll throw it in Jetpack Hair. And then you know what? I can delete that. Boom! That is the Jujutsu Kaisen official curse technique ranking, kind of. This is gonna be a nightmare. This is gonna be so stupid if someone grabs this out of nowhere. Limitless is, if you don't have 6 eyes, Limitless is ass, isn't it? So, I'll throw it in Jetpack Hair. I feel like, you know what, hold on. Come on. There we go. We named the tier after her. We should keep it there. Sukuna developed it to a point of mastering had extreme knowledge of Jujutsu. I wonder if he had a more complicated technique, would he have been able to hone as much? He would have. Sukuna is a lab demon, like in fighting games. He's a lab demon, right? So if, like, let's say Sukuna would have been born with 10 shadows, right? Sukuna as a character is the type to get strong for the sake of being strong, right? He wants to be the strongest to be the strongest. So given that, and given his excellent mastery with any other curse technique, I think he could be just as strong. When he was using 10 shadows to fight against Hirozu, he was using it better than Megami ever had. He he copied Piercing Blood with Max Elephant's Water. Megami hadn't even considered applying the, like, abilities to himself without summoning the Shikigami. That wasn't even a possibility for Megami, right? And now we see Yuka doing stuff like that, so I guess there's precedent for it. But, like, Sukuna is just a master with cursed energy. So you can give him any technique, and I think he gets to the same spot. Like, give Sukuna Straw Doll Resonance, and he pushes that technique to its absolute limit. Maybe he doesn't hit the highest, because that technique is kind of whatever, but, like, he takes it to its limit for sure, right? That's not... I don't think there's ever a world in which Sukuna would be weak just because of and yeah, Agito. Like, literally, Sukuna creating Agito is it's such an insane application of something we'd only seen Megami, like, tinker with, right? The closest we had seen Megami to getting anywhere near Agito was, like, putting the wings on the frogs. And that's it! But Sukuna not only was creating entirely new monsters out of the fused best parts of the strongest ones, he was doing shit like not completely forming Divine Dogs so he could use them in a more malleable state. Like, he was doing crazy shit with 10 Shadows. If you ever... Not that I think he is a fraud, but if you ever were to argue Megami's, like, as a fraud, you should show what Sukuna was doing with the technique. Because Megami was so close to figuring it out. Always if, but never when or whatever, right? That damn Twitter post ruined that character. Oh, that Twitter post ruined that character in the public eye. I believe you guys are right. The people who are talking about Chat are talking about Sukuna's domain in Fuga. I think you guys are technically right. The Claim and Dismantle creates a lot of dust in the air. I remember it being specific about that. I think the only thing is, outside of domains, Fuga can only target one person, and that's what happened to Jogo, right? But the trade-off for that power is that when it's in a domain, it can target everything in the domain. So essentially, it is creating the setup for everything to be as flammable as possible, and then setting off a bomb, which is like the fire arrow. So it's not technically his sure hit, but it will surely hit everything in the domain, if that if that makes sense. But I think that's it. I think we made the list, guys. Is there anything, I don't know, is there anything I should, like, tweak before we go for sure? Because right now everything's still up in the air. What if I was gonna commit sacrilege. I was gonna flip jetpack hair and helicopter hair, but I'll be damned if he moves out of that top spot. I don't even want to picture him anywhere else. I can't even imagine helicopter blade hair guy losing. What's his name? What's his name? Oh, that's not how you spell hair. What? Hanyu. No, that's the girl. So that means the guy is the other one, right? Haba. His name is Haba. Is Haba not... is Haba not number one? Hold on. Okay. I don't know his name. Cloning is fucking ass. Cloning is fucking ass. I feel like it's a really convenient one for everyday life, but if you're not strong enough, what's it gonna do? It's like having shadow clones that are as durable as you, but if you suck, you suck. So what good is the ability aside from doing convenient stuff? Also, yes, Coyote downscale. What does it do? What does anti-gravity even do? Was Soda only able to utilize Boogie Woogie to such a degree because they're a really good mentor? I don't think so. I think... Well, you could say that of, like, anyone, right? Like, is Gojo only good because Masamichi taught him?
Well, no, Gojo's the strongest because of technique. Duh. But like, would Yuji be good if Gojo didn't teach him? Would like, I don't know, Naruto be good if Jiraiya didn't train him? Would anyone be good if anyone? They got training, right? Cloning is crazy if you put a little bit of thought into it, but like, it doesn't make him any stronger. So as an ability, it's certainly usable. But like, if you suck, your clones are gonna suck too. Like not the only convenient thing. I'd say the saving grace of the technique is that you can switch your real body with the clones, like which one is your designated real body. So you could have that one like off somewhere, like in a duplicate situation or whatever her brother's name is. You could have your real body off somewhere, but otherwise, I mean, it's another you. So how good are you? Are you top of the tier list? Thinking of the character from My Hero, which character from My Hero it's been. I never said Megami is being a bum. Being a fresh script of semi-complete domain is a huge achievement. It's really, really good. A semi-complete domain is such a good step, but unfortunately, if but never when he finishes his domain, Twice is good, but his power isn't the same. Twice's power is creating an army of clones. This guy gets 5. You get 5 clones, unless you get better at it. Also, yes, canonically, Gojo sucks as a teacher. I think Yuji's only good because of Nanami. If you had a second technique, maybe the cloning would be good, like if Kenny got it. If Kenny got cloning, it would be a nightmare. If Sukuna's vessel had cloning, it would be a nightmare. But the guy just kind of sucks. So, I don't know. But, like, that's fine. That's a usable, I'm just yelling to yell. I think 2 of you could do so much, and that's fine. That's usable. But, like, if you suck, you suck. I don't think you suck. But, like, be honest. Do you suck? Like, how productive are you, right? How productive would 2 of you be? Why am I downplaying you? This has all been a pen collector downscale, guys. It's all been a part of my pen collector agenda. Oh, it's terrible. Megan's greatest dub segments, him as an air potential. No! The Finger Bearer win is good, but, like, fighting Reggie Star, the Reggie Star fight's a good fight. It's Megami pushes himself not only to fight Reggie Star, but... No. Only I get to joke. Only I get to joke about things ever. No, I would never seriously downplay you, Pen Collector. Are you kidding me? I think 2 of you would be fantastic. No! But it's like, it's fine. I think floating's fine. Realistically, you could make an argument for it, but ultimately, that's whatever. Any other last adjustments? I'll take questions, concerns, and comments for a few more moments. Wait till my Sugar Manipulation guy hones in. Dude, Sugar Manipulation, if he worked on it for real, I think realistically he could move like up here. Like technically he could be better than Limitless without eyes, right? We went back, we Pen Collector upscaled. So again points out if Megami would have took the Finger Bearer fight, he would have. I really do think he would have. But the problem, no. I think that technically Megami could have won the earlier Finger Bearer fight, but he would have used Mahoraga to do it. Helicopter hair should be higher. Shit. That's a good, my god, that's a good point. Oh yeah. I would have put the wrong one in there. Alright. Nah, I don't even want you in the same air as him. I don't want you breathing the same air as him. I have not watched Gachi Yukuda. It is on my list. I saw the first episode, and then I had to start watching, what was I doing? I think I was doing my dispatch video when I tried watching Gachi Yukuda. I liked it. I have heard it has one of the best representations of, like, essay in it. But I can't confirm that. But I'm interested in it. I think it could be good. My only gripes with the setup, just because I've only seen the first episode, my only gripes with the setup of Gachi Yukuda is I don't like that the girl that he was talking to was like, oh yeah, our society is evil and they make sure to show us what happens to bad people so that way we are all stigmatized against it. Like that was her, she said that.
She said that, not him. And then he gets put up there, and they're like, oh, he's a murderer. And she's like, oh, I guess you were a murderer. They were all right about you. Twin, you just fell victim to the propaganda you just pointed out for the story. You just pointed out the theme for the story, and then you fell for it, OG. What are we talking about? What are we doing? Oh, yeah. Is that even how you spell neutral? There we go. Helicopter hair neutral scale. Oh, yeah. Accurate scale. There we go. There we go. If, I don't know, Megami against the Finger Bearers is such a strange topic, because, like, his incomplete domain isn't bad, but he's like hardly using that thing. He's hardly using it in the Finger Bearer fight properly, which is like such a shame. But if he were to complete it, it'd probably be really good. It's just one where it amplifies. It's like Reggie Star said. It's one that amplifies the ability of the user rather than being a sure hit. And with his technique, that is more dangerous. So technically, it's good. We're not downplaying Megami. And yes, helicopter hair for the win. The problem with the essay is that none of the important story the game's not included. Feels only there for shock value. I'd have to watch it or read it to make sure. But if that's your take, I'm not gonna hold that against you. For the Gacha Yakuza thing. I don't know for sure. I can't comment on it. So I'll watch it. The problem is, oh my god, you guys want to see what I've been doing before I go? Oh my god, here. I'll show you guys what I've been doing before I go. This is the next video, just as a teaser, because I love you. I have been reading the Sword Art Online light novels. They're not good. And before you see anything else of my notes, because I'm not going to give you any more than this, I'm going to close out of it and I'm going to flip to my first camera. It's not good. It's the same thing. So I'm going to, just so I can give you an update on the schedule while I'm doing live streams, because what else is this for except to talk to you guys frequently. I'm going to be making a short video on the light novels being trash, and then I'll do Gun Gale. So sometime in all of that, I'll watch Gacha Yakuza, and then I'll talk about it in the Discord server. Speaking of which, whoa, hold on, wait a minute, before I end the stream... What if I'm a genius? For all of our friends who want to join the Discord, which you totally should, if you haven't, by the way, I'm gonna throw the, where is it? YouTube folder, and then it's in here, and then it's in here. I'm gonna throw the QR code on screen, so that way you guys can totally join the Discord if you want to. Let me not move my face cam, that'd be bad. Here's a Discord. If you guys want to join it, you totally should. Also, just subscribe to support the channel and stuff. This is, oh my god, hang on. Now we're talking about, we're talking about Sword Art. Kirito walks so Wu could run. Kirito walks so Wu could, like, moonwalk. So it's about the same, but it looks cooler. Also, Gun Gale, I did finish the first 12 episodes of season 2, which is Gun Gale. It technically is the best of the show so far. It still has its issues. We're not going to pretend it doesn't. And you will be hearing about it. I swear to God, you really will. But it's technically better. I really need more essay representation for men. I think it's not covered enough in just, sort of online just for shocking the characters, just like men over. So, weirdly enough, if you guys didn't see, on the topic of, very weird topic to jump to before we end stream, on the topic of male essay and media representation, the problem with it is that as soon as it is depicted again, the person who, like, the character who assaults whatever male character, they get so much defense because they happen to be an attractive woman or whatever, right? Like, in Invincible, when Anissa assaults Mark, people defend her because she's hot. What is wrong with you people? What, literally, be an adult for 10 minutes. What's wrong with you? Like, for Dispatch, right? Since I just did that video, that game's also on the mind. Since I've made that video, so many people have been talking about how it wasn't SA because Invisigal's hot, or because, like, they were into it. What's wrong with y'all? That is, what is wrong with y'all? We can't complain about SA representation for men, and then as soon as we get some, you idiots, you fucking goober ass idiots, jump in here and like, oh, but she's hot. What is wrong with you? Not you in the chat, but, like, obviously not you guys in the chat. I'm sure if you're watching my videos, you're much more reasonable than that. But It does piss me off. Like Wee is right there. Why is Wee getting groomed? Like, bro, I feel so bad for Wee. Poor fucking kid. No, and this should not be defended for that. Like literally they should not. And the same people that always bring up same whenever it comes. Yes, literally, exactly. I hate that conversation online because you can't talk about it without them defending it. It's so, dude, it pisses me off so bad. It like, bro, it pisses me off so bad that we just can't be adults about it and recognize that it is a bad thing, like a wholly bad thing. Why is that even up for debate? Why is that something people debate? What is wrong with you people? Shit pisses me off. Oh my god, this shit pisses me off. Okay, before we go, I'm gonna show you guys this one more time. Look at my beautiful tier list, and I think I'm gonna end the stream. It's been a long one, so if you guys have been here the whole time, I just want to say thank you guys so much for stopping by and hanging out. This was a whole lot of fun for me. In case you don't know, I really like Jujutsu Kaisen. I'm sure you guys will get more videos on it soon. Hold on. Yeah, no, it's Coomers and Chuds, bro. It's Coomers and Chuds who make that argument. You really should just ignore it, but whatever. Oh my god. Controversial take, but essay is bad. I don't think I disagree. As controversial as that take might be. Yeah, no, Blazer for the win for sure. But I'm gonna call it still before I get too distracted talking to you guys and having too much fun. If you guys want to keep chatting, you should totally join our Discord. Like I said, I'll even throw it back on screen for you just because I'm so kind. It's really cool in there. Everyone's very nice. You can talk to us after the stream. But I think I'm gonna call it. I'm going to go take a shower because man, oh man, it is hot in this room and I've been sweating my ass off for 2 hours. Once again, though, I do just want to say thank you guys so much for stopping by. You were all so amazing to hang out with. I'm excited to see you guys again soon. As I work on these other videos, I will continue to live stream occasionally just so I can keep interacting with you guys. But yeah, this was really awesome. I'm glad you guys stuck it out with me. Yeah, y'all take it easy. You know, drink water, be safe. It's crazy out there. But I hope y'all had a good night. I'm excited to see what y'all think in the Discord, and I'm excited to see you guys again next time when we live stream. I will also shout out Ice Milk. Shout out all my iced milk enjoyers out there. We're not going to downplay that for real. I'm not drinking it in the shower for more power. That's not happening. But I'm not watering down my milk even more. But thank you guys so much for hanging out. I really am going to go this time. You guys have been incredible. Join the Discord so we can keep talking later. And I'll see you guys next time for whenever I live stream something else. And then after that, I'll video essay eventually. I'll see you later. Bye guys. Drive safe. Get home safe. Text me when you're home. Any stream is always so silly. But I'll catch you later. Bye. Good stream, y'all.